Hey kids, Inverted Cow here. Welcome back to Empyrion. Yes, I'm back on the server here. I am still working on that CV. I went down to the planet, I picked up a bunch of resources, died a whole bunch of times, had a lot of fun. Got some stuff I needed, and I came back and I put some stuff in. So, I'll do a quick review, show you where we're at. What I want, thank you. I crafted all of my downward facing thrusters and fit up most of my interior. Put in some cargo boxes and large constructors. Mirror moded this on the opposite side, so basically everything I've done here is same over there. Okay, so it's very easy. Put in a couple of oxygen and emergency stations just because this is my entrance to the ship where my small vessel's going to fly through that little tiny door, that kind of thing. For the first time ever, I put in elevators. I don't normally use elevators. I'm going to put a level at this point here so that I have a floor you can come off on. And then I'll put, like, I need to put a medical lab, crew quarters, probably put a couple of living stations, like a living station in over on one side and a recreation area on the other. Just kind of filler stuff. I've got the constructor here. I'm going to put I need to make another large cargo box, but I'm going to tuck these in here somewhere, or I'll probably just pop maybe I'll just tuck them right in like that. Put another harvest box right like that over here. I do need to make a weapons, like an armory location. Had a bit of fun with my warp core. Yes, everything's purple. Purple or purplish. But I encased the warp core in an armored room. Set the warp core tank down on the floor on its back, plugged a short pipe into it so it looks like it's feeding into the thing. These are the storage decor containers, half railings, and some decorational consoles. That's more for looks than anything. I'm going to put a double layer glass pane over this, but I need to actually go back to the planet and get more glass. Both sides here I've started building a fuel power room. These are the tier 3 tanks. I've got this again mirrored on the opposite side, so there's 3 tanks on either side, plus up in the ceiling there are 3 tier 2 tanks in a row, and then 2 large tier 1 generators on either side. Currently only have 6 RCS on either side, which is 12 in total. I have space here for 10 more, and I'm probably going to generate 10 more and put those in, but that's a resource issue again. I need to get more resources. Put in some decoratives, the pipe, for example, going down to the thruster, make it look like it's actually doing something. Not sure if I'm going to add another layer to this wall and make it thicker there or not. I probably will, because I would like to have this corner protected. And I started working on the cockpits. As you can see, I made the elevator things, and I truly hate elevators. Once I get gravity on, it'll be a different story. But I made a glass dome. Like I said, I took it down one level, I widened it out a little bit, made a glass dome, have the center cockpit in the middle here, the large cockpit in the middle. I'm going to put a few decoratives on in the walls here, maybe hang some stuff from the lights or from the glass, I don't know. That's all finishing touches, so that's going to come in later. So we'll head back down, and I'm only allowed one repair bay, otherwise I'd have a second one on the other side. And a final thing that I have added, and yes, I've had to actually dig holes through the side of this station and parts for resources and other parts because the ship's sticking out of it. The front of the ship, I've only got 3 so far. I need to get materials to make a 4th. Again, materials are my issue, so I might actually end up doing is getting this functional and start raiding some POIs and other things to get materials to finish it. But I've got 3, and I have plans for 4 fixed rocket launchers. These are the heavy rocket launchers. Normally our server has weapons limits removed because this is a POI server, and we can actually build weapons or build ships with a lot more than just the standard loadout. I'm going to actually build this with a standard vanilla loadout. So when it says on a weapon that your max placeable is 2, I'm not going to place 20 of them, I'm going to place 2. Or in this case, this says maximum placeable 6. So there will be a maximum of 6 flak turrets. There won't be 10 of them or something. This will have basically 4 weapons. There's going to be 2. There's these fixed rockets. I don't use the fixed lasers. I find that they are just simply not powerful enough to do any damage to anything. When you can blast away at a rocket drone or something and they don't even hurt it, they're kind of useless. Miniguns do a better job. There's going to be 2 of the artillery turrets. I don't actually have the turrets on me here for some reason. Let's fly back over here. Yes, I don't have all the weapons, and as of yet I haven't got most of my weapons are not here yet. There will be 2 artillery turrets and 6 flak turrets. Probably not that total number, probably won't be all there. That might actually be fewer than that. We'll see how it goes. I am going to place a bunch of the small sentry gun turrets on the underside facing downwards, so that the turret itself is going to be mounted actually, and this is for demonstration purposes, is going to be mounted this way. That will give it a cone of fire directly below the ship. The reason for that is basically when I'm flying CV on a planet, and this one is going to be designed to fly onto a planet, I have a lot of problems with weapons trying to fire. The flak cannons and the large cannons do not fire at all on planet, which makes them kind of useless for CVs. Most people don't use CVs, but these have a 400 meter range, or up to 400 meter range, which on a planet can be fairly decent. You know, 300 or 400 meters on a planet will pretty much knock out most most ground forces when you're flying over. So, I mean, I could have these sitting on the thing. It says I'm 400 meters up, but the guns are actually closer to the ground, and they're shooting. And they will be mounted on the lowest ring. They're probably going to be keeping it equal on both sides. There's probably going to be about 5 or 6 on either side in total. So probably 2 at either corner, 2 in the middle, and maybe 2 on the sides. And then I'm just going to put a couple on the surface here on the top. These are actually going to be facing normal ways out. So that if I'm landed and a drone comes flying by, I've got at least a gun turret on all corners that's going to be shooting at it. This is, however, where I'm at. Now, as you can see, I've got some texture issues. Things have been over-textured and painted, but I'm not too worried because I still have to put on the outer armor. I did fix the error I had when I was on last episode. This ring here, I made a mistake placing the blocks and it looked like crap. It took me a couple of passes and I finally got it all straightened out. At least I hope so. So that should be good. Forward thrust, I have 2 small or 2 medium blue thrusters and 1 giant red thruster. Honestly, the giant red thruster is more for looks than for function. The blue thrusters are more than ample for what I will need for the size of this craft. Directional thrust and stopping thrust is, at this time, is still only 2 medium thrusters. I might double that up, put 4 medium thrusters or even 6 medium thrusters. So put 2 rows of 3 on either side of these medium thrusters for directional and for stopping. And that's purely all they're for, is just directional and stopping. And I do really hate using forward thrusters for stopping. It's kind of annoying. But I figured, since we're at this point, what I will do is I will turn. Actually, do I have enough? Do I have enough materials? I'm actually very low on combat steel. I'm only down to half a stack. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause here for a bit, and I'm going to collect some combat steel by just simply taking apart more of this structure. And then when I come back, we will do some building on the ring. I want to start smoothing this ring out, putting the outer armor on, and getting that finished up. So we'll be right back after I've zapped some more combat steel. Okay, we're back. I've got myself almost 1,000 blocks here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch on this symmetry mode. Boom. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place blocks for a bit and start smoothing this out. And we'll see how it goes. So I want to start here with this. And what I'll do is I'll just simply fast forward through the whole thing. To some degree, because, well, placing blocks, yeah. I'll run for a bit and then I'll fast forward it all down and we'll clean it all up and that'll be it. So I will be back after we're done with the fast forward for a little while. kids. That's smoothing the top and bottom of the saucer a little bit. I would like to have actually carried it out a couple of blocks. I wanted to carry the 22-degree slopes out a little bit, but unfortunately they don't make a block that will tie into these angle pieces. So I'm going to leave it with the step here for now. I might do is still put a layer like this on it with walls, but it's still going to give me a piece here that I can't do anything with. Because even if I do this and put a wall piece behind it, and put another slope in front of it, like that, I've still got this angle piece here that is not even. I might do this anyway just to kind of bring it up a little bit. I'm more looking to thicken the hole, give it some shape more than anything. It's something I'm going to kick around as an idea. We'll see. I still have to put weapons and such on here, which I'm going to do on the next episode. Between now and then, I will finish off what I can. This is going to basically be the exact same thing that I've just done, except rather than those, I'm probably going to be using primarily 45s. It's going to be a lot of the 45-degree angle slopes like this with this cut corner, I would imagine. If I can get it to line up here. Yeah, it'll probably be a lot of that slope and this corner. Probably even something, let's see, that corner, this is the other B. I have this, is this a 45? No, that's not a 45, it's a 22. Might end up being a lot of this kind of thing. Where's that with oh, come on, line up. There we go. That. So it's probably how it's going to end up being. So it's going to be a lot of the 45 slopes with the 45 compound angles. They will end up probably finishing out a lot like this kind of a thing. In the top here, where it will end up just being a corner a lot like this, and then it'll just return into these corners. It's basically I'm adding an extra layer of armament on the outside of the unit here. Or not armament, but actual armor, I guess you could say, just an extra layer of blocks. And that's probably how it's going to end up looking when it's done. So I'll finish this off to that point, get all of these angles and slopes and such in here. Try and round this up a little bit. I mean, I can't do too much with these because of these 45s, but you can't really do a 22-degree slope on a single high block. And I would have liked to bring these out, but they don't. Literally, they do not have any block that merges with these angles on the diagonal. So I'm going to leave it with a step anyway. So thanks all for watching, kids. Next episode we'll finish this off with the weapons, and we'll have a lot of the decorations done, and hopefully we'll actually be able to look at taking it out for a test spin. So thanks all for watching, and good night.